So,
my next question is, in reading the Bible that the Christians have, or the Quran that the Muslims have, and we speak of Shaitan, or Allah, or God, or the devil, would those two beings be Maprar and Murdoch?
In Wu-Ṭabaʄ, Pathology of Time, the Master Secrets, on page
4.
Line 12, where it gives the brief genealogy of the sons of, or the grandsons of Anu, or and it has Enlil is the father of Manar, and Enki is the father of Murdoch. And this is what led me to the question of, in reality, is Manar the one who, in the Christian Bible or in the Quran that the Muslims have, is the one who is the devil?
Manar is known by many names. Manar is known by Kata. He's known as Sin. Manar is the son of Enlil and Ninlil, the grandson of Anu. And he's also the grandfather of Tammuz and the father of Yaanun, who was the mother of Tammuz. Tammuz is who the children of Israel were crying for, the daughters of Israel, when you go to Ezekiel 8:14. This is the Anunnaki side. Nanar will be Lucifer, or the god of light and fire, or the torchbearer. He's the one, and he's also the one in Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 16. Where it talks about Lucifer, how thou hast fallen and didst weaken the nations, didst weaken the earth. Lucifer, son of the morning, as he's also called a son of the morning, or a star. That's Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 16. Lucifer, son of the morning, as the Messiah is also called the bright and morning star when you go to Revelations 22:16. So Revelations 22:16 ties in to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12 through 16, because Lucifer is called the son of the morning, and the Messiah is called the bright and morning star, which is the same thing. Follow? Now, Murdoch is one of the beings who was coming through the master teacher, BåhBåh, Yaanun, Dr. Malachi K.York. That was one of the beings that was teaching us through Sumerian schools when we was walking through that school. Murdoch is the son of Damkina and Enki. His mother is Damkina. Damkina is the daughter of Alelu. So Alelu is the grandfather of Murdoch. It was Yaanun who was responsible for Murdoch being put in prison. Just like the master teacher is in a mountain tomb, Murdoch was placed in a mountain tomb. Because Yaanun thought that Murdoch was responsible for the death of her husband, who was Damuzi, who was Murdoch's brother. from a different mother. As Damuzi is the father of Tammuz, who will be the Sumerians' Messiah, who will also be Jesus in the Bible in the Old Testament. Jesus, when you go into various scrolls, the master teacher always showed you Jesus as Tammuz. And then he also showed you Jesus as Horus. When you refer to the scroll called Is Jesus God? That came out in the early 2000s. I don't know if it's in print right now, but it's a dynamic scroll. It has some dynamic builds in there. So Nanar would also be the baby cherub that Michael raised as Lucifer.
Okay.
And you also see Nanar where it says Michael was disputing with the devil. It's in the book of Jude. It slips my mind right now. I think it's Jude. You can actually type it up. Michael disputes with the devil over the body of Moses.
It uses the word dispute.
Dispute. He disputes. And the master teacher has a chapter in Patakror, the decision, called The Disputers. It's a chapter called The Disputers, the ones who dispute. And there's no disputing when it comes to facts. Facts are facts. It is what it is. Z Kawun Shanash. Z Kawun Shanash. It is what it is. Talk.
Yes, Jude chapter 1 verse 9.
Jude chapter 1 verse 9. If you can read that, brother.
Yes, it says, Jude chapter 1 verse 9. Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, the Lord rebuked thee.
So Michael didn't even contend with Nanar. He didn't even go back and forth with him. He said, you know what? The Lord rebuke you. I'm not going to curse you. I'm not going to call you this. I'm not going to say that. The Lord will rebuke you. The Lord will hear you. That's Jude chapter 1 verse 9. That's Michael. That's the devil contending with Michael over the body of Moses. And Moses lived to be 120. None of their prophets lived over 1,000 years. So they all died within one day of God, with God. Because one day with God is 1,000 years to man. So they all died in one day. In ancient Egypt, the women would live for 1,000 years. Or for thousands of years. And that's why the symbol of the lotus became the symbol of 1,000 years. Which is a millennium. As we are now waiting for the millennial Christ, right? As the master teacher is the forerunner, as Mikael, as Michael, as BåhBåh Yaanun, the 19th of the 24 elders, as he ushers in the real black Messiah, who's coming back, who was in the crystal city, Haramun, who incarnates into a child and he grows up. And the protectors of this child was the Shriners. These were Shemagah. That's the whole purpose of the Masons and the Shriners and the Messiah, as he put out a whole bill called Masons, Shriners, and the Coming Christ. These were the protectors, the Masons and the Shriners. These was my sons, right? So it was the master, right, teacher, who brought this information out to show us what was really going on when the Messiah was telling the Sanhedrin, you know, destroy my body and I will build it back up in 3 days. He was talking about the 3 different degrees that you go through, which prepares you for the heavens, as it is in heaven on earth, as it is in heaven. So we have one that has Nazala incarnated, went into the body. Yaanun is from Risk, right? Tahuti is from Orion, Cyrus, right? And you have Ningishzida, who is of Nibiru. So this is 3 beings in one, or the triune being. Any questions?
Okay. So when Christians pray to their God and the Muslims pray to their deity whom they call Allah, both, well, as well as the Jews in the synagogues, they are all actually praying to Nanar, but don't know it.
That's right. Praying to Nanar, praying to Enlil. There are different gods throughout the scripture. When you hear Elion, Elion El, the Most High, that's talking about Anu. When you hear Baal, that's talking about Enlil, worship, like Hannibal. He was a worshiper of Baal. Hannibal the Carthaginian, who nearly destroyed Rome, who came through the line of Put, which is Libya, right? Who comes to the line, which is the father of Ham, who is Ham is the father of, and then who Ham is the son of Noah, who fished them. So Nanar is the god of light and fire. This is who the Pope met in 2015 in the Dakota House when he came to D.C. The Pope. He came to Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia. Then he went to the New York, or the New York. Then he came to Philadelphia, which is the city of brotherly love, founded by Masons. So he made a triangle, right? D.C., New York, Philadelphia. Then he left out from the Delaware River through the vortex that's open in order to go back to the Vatican. That's how he got back so fast. That vortex that opens up every 10 years since 1943, the Philadelphia experiment.